Hey everyone, welcome now to the podcast, and I just want to give a massive shout out to the sponsors of this episode, NordVPN. Now, if you haven't already, you can go to the NordVPN website, which is nordvpn.com/roughcut. And if you sign up via that link, you will get 4 months free on a 2-year plan. Now, we have all been using NordVPN now for a few months after they've sponsored the podcast, and it has been well worthwhile for me personally. I use it a lot when I go abroad. If I want to catch up on shows, when I'm in the States, for example, I can log into my UK accounts, and especially with the sporting summer that we've been having, I am also able to watch all my favorite sports providers.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Of which there are many.
I'm going to be using it in Lisbon in about 2 weeks because Ipswich start the football season on the 8th of August and I'm in the foreign country. So how else am I going to watch it?
There you go.
There you go. See, and you can also do it securely and safely with NordVPN, and you could do it like I do it, or you could waste your time like Jacob does to watch Ipswich inevitably fail to yet another defeat.
Championship now, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. It's a real shame. It's a shame. Shame to be associated with such a club. However, very happy to be associated with NordVPN. So make sure you head over to the website and use that code to get your discount. Right. Okay, let's head into the episode.
Sometimes golf is a pain in the butt. You hit your ball in the trees and then you lip out the putt. But if you've got a little time, then come and spend it with us. 'Cause now you're listening to the Rough Cut.
Hey everyone, welcome down to another episode of the Rough Cut Golf Podcast. I'm joined by Jacob and by Kieran to go through what has been an electric week in the game of golf. We have the Ryder Cup venue being announced for after Hazeltine in the US, and it is coming back to continental Europe. Lotty W wins in her first professional start. She might be the next golf superstar. Harrington makes history at the British Seniors, and we are talking to Iona Stephen, the new voice of golf, after we filmed with her last week as well. Gentlemen, how are we?
Yeah, very good.
Very good, thank you. Yep, not too bad.
Cool.
Feel like I've not seen you in about 9 years, but...
No, and you won't be seeing me for another 9 years over the next month.
I actually, today's actually quite a nice surprise because I'd worked out that if everything goes according to plan, from the last time I saw you, which was at final qualifying, to the next opportunity I would have seen you, that's 59 days. 59 days it would have been since I didn't see Pete. So today's a nice little treat. So thank you for coming in.
You're more than welcome. I'm so happy to bring a little bit of sunshine to an otherwise dark day. I only came in really to record this and to lay my will out to the team about what I want done in my absence.
Okay.
And it's a lot.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep adding to it as well.
Okay.
I'm feeling we need to have a very good month.
Right.
And part of that is the podcast. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, which you're watching right now, make sure you do. And if you don't, I don't know, hit the reminder on your favorite podcast provider, do that. Give us a 5-star review. Just engage with the channels. It'd be great. Much appreciated. Anything to add, Kieran?
No, you've said it perfectly there. That's very, very good.
Well, that's great. Thank you. Right, let's head into the main episode then. The Ryder Cup is drawing ever closer. It's in September this year at Bethpage, which is going to be a wild Ryder Cup, I think, by all accounts. It does look like Keegan Bradley has empowered a rule which will allow vice captains to take over if he is on the golf course. So it's looking more and more likely that he's going to take part as a playing competitor. Yeah. And I think overall the US team would be stronger for it. What it's going to mean for his captaincy and all that, who knows? But that will all remain to be seen. However, the 2031 Ryder Cup venue has been announced. Now, it is at Camaral in Girona in Spain, easy for me to say. And it's heading to continental Europe for the 4th time. Now, this course was also known as PGA Catalunya. Now, I haven't been over here. People who have played said it's a fantastic facility. Like all around, it's got everything that you could need. And it will host the 48th Ryder Cup in 2031. Last time it was in Spain was Valderrama.
97?
Yes, when Europe did triumph. I think when you're talking about Ryder Cup courses, it's a fairly interesting debate around what makes a good Ryder Cup course. Because I'm really not sure that Bethpage is going to make a good Ryder Cup course. And the US seem to be heading in a direction of like proper major venues, whereas Europe seemed to be, I don't know, plumbing more for stadium style courses.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you think about what they've done, Le Golf National, which I actually quite like as a golf course, but that is built for stadium golf. Yeah. It's not a course which is going to stand up to an elite major venue, but I quite like it. Adair Manor is kind of almost built for a Ryder Cup type of event.
Absolutely.
And Marco Simone as well. Like, this golf course is not going to win any awards in the National Golf Architecture Design Weekly.
Oh, okay.
I don't think, even though, again, I quite enjoyed it. But again,
a good finish,
a good stadium course and a good course for the Ryder Cup. It's a question about like what makes a good course. What makes a Ryder Cup venue memorable?
I think you kind of alluded to it there, Kieran. Like the last 4 or 5 holes of a golf course, if they're like really good holes and they're also kind of match play holes where it's like you could lay up, you could go for it, when there's options to be had, I think that provides a lot for it. Because if it's just a standard, you get on the tee, they're going to hit 4-iron, they're going to hit driver, whatever it might be, they have to go through the procedure of the hole. Whereas if you get on the tee box like you had with the drivable par 4 at Marcus Simone, like with Tommy winning it, like that shot, you knew it was coming up. You knew they had to hit that shot, and it's exciting. There's water involved. There's lots of drama and anticipation of what's going to happen. So I think when there's like, big shots that need to be hit in pressurized moments, and the course provides that opportunity, that definitely like caters for it to be a better Ryder Cup course.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to. I can't really remember the finish of Bethpage Black. Like I can't think in my head what that's.
The thing with Bethpage is renowned for being difficult.
Yeah.
So if you watch a Ryder Cup, I generally don't think you want to see players grinding.
Yeah. Like winning holes on pars.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't a major.
Yeah.
This is a massive competition, but it's about match play. It's about, I suppose in the end, it doesn't really make a difference if you win with a par or a bogey or a double bogey. It's match play. The score, it's not stroke play.
Yeah.
However, you want to see birdies. Like you want to see that excitement. So my fear with Bethpage is you will take a real beast of a golf course and just tame it to the degree where it becomes like a little puppy dog.
Yeah.
And it's not going to have the same bite as it would do when it's in its full bloom, so to speak. But I think like with Le Golf National was, for me, I think a perfect example of taking a golf course, making it into a stadium. So if you played it before, the start and the finish are brilliant for match play. Like the start, you got water all down the left, the second hole par 3 over water. And then the 17th is a bit of an anomaly because it kind of loops around the back. But the closing holes are in this little basin. And the basin, you can get seating all around it. And you can also have so many disasters. There's water, there's challenge. It's a really, really good match play golf course. And I don't know what Camaral or formerly PJ Catalunya is like.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been either, but from the pictures, it looked what I thought a Ryder Cup golf course should look like. It did give me the Golf National vibes in a sense of water, lots of sort of like half island greens that sort of have water one side, and there was elements to it that I think that really suited what I think will make up to be a really good. And I think as well, like Europe's selections in the last X amount of years have always they've been pretty good. You got to feel like they've made a good, they're going to keep making good selections here with the courses that we're playing. I think that it kind of gave it looked for me like Valderrama as well, like it kind of gave the aspect of that as well. And the things with the Ryder Cups recently, they've always been in these. You describe the cities like it's been in Rome, it's been in Paris, it's going to be in New York, all this sort of stuff. This one is going to be what you.
I think what they're going for in this one is Barcelona.
Yeah,
which isn't too far away, but let me just check.
It's in. The area around that is unbelievable.
I mean, to be fair, like with Rome, with Paris, like all of these selections, like Rome, it wasn't Rome.
No. It's an hour and a half away from Barcelona.
Right, okay, right. So it's a little bit longer.
But the thing is what they do, and this started with Paris.
Yeah.
So the Golf National is not in Paris. It's in Versailles, which is kind of like, it's just outside. But again, Marco Simone is a little bit further away from Rome. even though it's in Rome. But what you see with all the advertisement is you see the golf course, and then superimposed in the background are all the famous
Colosseum.
So I imagine
Eiffel Tower.
I imagine with this golf course, you're going to have a picture of this beautiful like Spanish golf course, and in the background you're going to have like the cathedral.
Yeah.
And you're
Sagrada
gonna,
Familia.
And you're going to have
Parkwell.
You could have these. You could probably like walk off the 18th down into the markets.
Oh god, yeah.
And then like your tourists are going to turn up and be like, "What is?
Where are we?
Where are we?"
Yeah.
Now I hear Girona is actually lovely. So
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy to stay
I am
there.
actually kind of remembering now. I think this from the social posts that they've done. I think like the that cathedral's on there. I'm pretty
Is it?
sure.
Exactly,
so,
yeah.
So now that's actually coming back to me. So there you go. But it's an hour and a half
20
away.
minutes away.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, it did for Rome. Rome for me was a great venue in the respects to it's not in Rome, but if you're somebody who's trying to bring your kind of wife or your husband or your family along, you want to watch the event, and they might not be actually asked about the golf. You can be like, well, I'm going to leave you here.
Yeah.
You go around Rome, have a great time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down to the golf, and then I'll meet you back here later on. And I think it could work really, really well. Mind you, it's the same with Bethpage. I think Bethpage is about an hour away from New York. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because you're going out more onto the island, really.
But it is also New York, so
Yeah.
everything is an hour. Even if it's a mile away in a car, it's an hour.
Yeah, in whatever transport, walk it, train it, everything.
Everything, yeah. So yeah, we're not sure of exactly what it's going to count. The one I'm looking forward to probably the most is going to be Adair Manor, because I think in Ireland with that golf course in the end, a fantastically dramatic finish, what should be. So that's going to be, I think, a real success as long as the weather kind of holds, which there's no guarantee.
Is it too early, or I suppose we don't really know where people feel about live players, but is it too early to kind of start writing Sergio's name in the captaincy?
Maybe. I mean, he was one player who he's not exactly avoided the controversy of it, but like there was, say, Poulter, Westwood, like they seem to get hammered quite hard as far as like going over to live and being in conjunction with the Ryder Cup, but Sergio seems to have avoided that. And I think he's always been open to the fact that he'll play in events.
Maybe I guess he was just kind of a little bit further down the timeline, I guess. I think maybe for like the Westwoods and Stensons and stuff, their time of captaincy was coming soon.
Yeah.
Whereas Garcia maybe had another 5 more years potentially.
I think Stenton was the real killer in this. He was the real weird one. But hey, there you go.
I mean, Garcia thinks he's done well enough to play in this one, so you know.
I mean, like, is Team Europe? Are they kind of? What is their stance on the live? Allowing people in to live, and if you're not qualifying automatically, probably John Rahm and Tyrrell.
I would say they're more lenient than the US side,
right.
And I would expect. I would expect some changes to come. Maybe not the end of, maybe towards the end of this season, but definitely next season on the DP World Tour. I think they've already kind of mentioned the fact that they're going to open it up to live players if they want to play.
Okay.
There's still the outstanding fines.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, and this might not be true, this could be a complete rumour mill, I think originally Liv were going to be paying the fines of the players who've come over, and I don't think they're going to do that now.
All right.
So I don't know where that leaves certain players. Again, I don't know if that's true. That's just a rumour I've heard.
But so Westwood still owing what was it, 800,000? Is he?
I think he'll be all right.
You think he'll just?
But I don't think he'll pay it. Like, why would he need to?
Well, yeah.
But the rumours flying around about Liv at the moment are kind of wild. So
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it develops. Next up, Lottie Wode. Did anybody catch the Scottish Ladies Open?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. Yeah,
So
great.
I mean, Lottie Wode is should I say she was a very, very good amateur. It's kind of come out on top at the Augusta Ladies Amateur. She then won the Ladies Irish Open as an amateur. She then played in the Evian, which is a ladies major, and almost won it.
There's a lot of majors.
And then she turned pro and has just won the Ladies Scottish Open.
Got you. On her first start as a pro.
On the first start as a pro. And she did it in, a fair bit of style as well, and she took home £220,000.
Yeah, she made a good decision turning pro.
Which we'll do. But I think at the last few events, though, she's also like missed out on that.
Oh, I'm sure,
money.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's not obviously
It's not about that, but
money is, looking at those figures, like, oh my God, that is incredible. But, she's only young, she's 21, she's got a whole career ahead of her. I'm sure she's balanced enough to understand that, the money will come. And it feels like there's a real amount of momentum behind her. There's this kind of feeling that she is going to be golf's next superstar. And I don't really know, because you see a lot of players burst through young, play great, and she's had this wonderful stretch. So it's a case of, well, will it continue? Probably the thing that impressed me most, certainly at the Lady Scottish, was she won, and it didn't really seem to bother her in any way.
Taking the Scotty Manch.
I don't even know if she like fist pumped.
Yeah.
She kind of got the ball out of the hole, shook hands, had a few
was
hugs,
it.
and then kind of walked off the green.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's kind of cold. So yeah, I'm what? A bit dark, isn't it?
It did just go dark then. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure.
Well, the field as well in that. I mean, you had some top players in there. Nelly Corder as well. So like just to barry your way through them and just sort of, like you say, just not really think about it, or not show emotion at the end is like, you're like, wow, this is she's got a bigger goal. Maybe she's thinking about this week. A Royal Porth goal.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. She's now moving on to another major.
Exactly.
And probably a hot favourite, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
why would she not be?
Considering what she's been doing over the past month, then I think she has to be. But again, it's so hard to win. It's so hard to win. Never mind win back
And
to
then
back. So, and then again, a major where all the big guns are going to be out and kind of desperate to play.
And that was a good score around Dundonald for 4 rounds.
21 under.
21 under. It's
kind of.
I know.
Really
When you think
really
about
good.
it, like, oh my goodness. That's not a course that you think you're getting into that high,
Well, what was
teens, 20s.
What was final qualifying? What got through? 7 under?
Westwood won on 7 under.
Yeah.
For 2 rounds.
2 rounds.
And that was nice conditions. So
She good.
She can play.
She a good golfer.
She can play.
So we will see. Very exciting though. I am kind of getting like Caitlin Clark vibes from her as far as like this amateur coming through in a sport and kind of transcending it a little bit, and
people
like getting a lot
shift to see what's going on with her because they're interested in what she's doing. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of key, especially for the women's game, to get that notoriety, to get the stars out there that people want to go watch.
Sure.
I think it's really important. And
Absolutely.
yeah, if she kind of continues like this, then why the hell not?
Yep. Next Solheim Cup, I imagine.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Straight in.
Yeah.
Talking from someone at the start of the career to someone who is on the seniors tour and theoretically you would expect to be on the back end in the autumn of their fine golfing career, Padraig Harrington, who just seems to keep getting better and better and better. The Irish Bernard Langer is kind of in full flourish. He's won the Seniors Open at Sunningdale. He's kind of joined a pretty elite group who's won both the Open and the Seniors Open.
I believe it's five people.
Yes.
Yeah, 5. I wouldn't know who. I don't know who, but I saw the post saying there was 5 of them.
Good to see you doing your
I
research.
know. I should have done it. I should have done it.
So I have got the list here.
Yeah,
Have a guess. There's. I would have got 2 of these definitely, and I wouldn't know where I got the last one. No, that's one life gone.
Are we going to go earlier? So we'll try. Arnold Palmer.
No.
What?
You're in the mould though there.
Yeah.
Jack Nicklaus.
No.
Gary Player.
Yeah.
That's right.
Gary Player.
So you got Gary Player, you got Tom Watson, Darren Clark, and Bob Charles. Who?
Oh yeah, Darren Clark. He won it not last year before, I think.
Yeah. Last year was KJ Choi.
Yeah.
So it was a really good win for Padraig. Obviously, it's great that these events can happen and that you can see great golfers actually play great golf courses.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to be able to watch Sunningdale.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of, it's not rare, but you get the Masters where it's Augusta and you're like, oh, I love seeing Augusta. You get the Open Championship every year where it's a links course, but some of these links courses are on TV. It's kind of hard to get the definition because a lot of them are quite flat.
Yeah.
Port Rush was maybe the kind of example where this could be different because it's very hilly, all the rest of it. Sunningdale is literally one of the best courses in the world, and to see it be played by really good golfers is just so nice because it's a little bit too short. If you had a kind of DP World or PGA Tour event there, like they would kind of destroy it. So, and you kind of saw with Harrington, he won by 3, I think, in the end. And he didn't overpower the course by any means, but he definitely had a length advantage off the tee.
In that field,
and it showed.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like you see the ball speeds of his other the people that he was playing with, and they're all sort of like at the 140, 130, and then he's up there at pushing the 180 sort of like he's like still has unbelievable speed.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously only just kind of on the seniors tour.
Yeah.
Must have been like 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
But his power and his athleticism, which he keeps on top of, it allows him to dominate you off the tee, off the distance gains. So it was great to see, and I think there's so many other courses that the seniors could go to. Obviously, there's a limited number in the UK.
Yeah,
but if you think about courses that are probably a little bit too short for these guys now, so Swinley Forest would be like incredible, like just sticking to literally that area.
There's a lot there, isn't there?
Yeah,
Berkshire as well.
Yeah, Berkshire, the Berkshire Red. Oof.
Yeah, but I've not seen that bit. I've seen the blue twice.
Seen the blue, yeah.
If it's anything like the red, if it's anything like the blue, then it'll be. But the red's the better one, isn't it?
It's higher ranked.
Yeah, it's meant to say the better one.
I've got to be honest, I don't think there's a massive amount of difference there. But there's just so many. There are so many courses like that realistically can't like lengthen or don't need to lengthen, and that you could have these boys play, and it looks so good. And obviously, Sunningdale has hosted the Ladies British Open as well. So it's I don't know what other courses like could you have.
What about potentially Royal St Paul's?
Royal St Paul's, like that was unbelievable, and I feel like you could, I don't know how far it is off the backs, but you could, definitely put it to these guys sort of thing. I think that was unbelievable. I mean, I've had I've had a look around Royal St Paul's, and I've actually identified ways that they could lengthen it to get the main.
Well, that's very true. Yeah.
I've looked into it pretty deeply at this point. I'm going to submit my plans.
You'll do it, yeah. And then
good, yeah.
10 years' time, when everyone's releasing their YouTube videos about the redesign from Peter Finch, then
I mean, it could be my first.
Your first dabble on the old.
It could be my first redesign, which I'm quite excited. I'm quite excited to announce the fact I'm going to redesign Royal St Paul's. I'm not going to change the foundation.
I was going to say,
like the fundamental underpinning of that course, I believe is quite solid.
Yeah.
But there's just a few tweaks, and a few changes. It's going to cost about £2 million.
But they'll find that.
They'll be fine.
You're just adding tees. You're not really doing any green work. You're just adding places to find tees.
I mean, a little bit. There's a couple of greens that I'm going to rework, just a touch. I mean, I'm going to completely transform the first hole.
Right. Okay.
That does need a bit of transforming.
A couple of bunkers in.
First hole. I'm actually going to that ditch.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Big bunker or what?
No. The ditch is actually going to go underground.
Right.
So we're going to kind of put a layer over the top. We're going to make it a drivable par 4 to begin with.
Okay.
We're going to add a few bunkers, add a little bit of danger.
I think,
But I want it to start off like pretty.
Right. Okay.
I want it to start off pretty punchy.
The complete opposite to Port Rush.
Yeah.
Everyone feared that first.
I want people going out on that first and be like, "Oh my god, this is great. We're going to do it." And then slowly but surely, I am going to destroy them with my redesign. Those fairway bunkers, they're going to have bigger collection areas.
Yeah.
You're going to have to chip out sideways.
Yeah.
Greenside bunkers, I'm going to dig down another few feet. No one's escaping.
That'd be.
It's going to be great.
We were lucky enough to go there last week, and it is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I was very, very impressed.
And with my redesign, it's going to be
even better.
Literally top tier. Yeah. So if St. Paul's, if you're watching and you do have spare million quid and a lot of patience.
Did you notice that one of the tees is like on the beach?
Oh yeah. There'll be a few more.
There'll be a few more. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
There'll be a few more.
like in the sea, like a platform sort of.
Not just that, but a few more rays just so you can take advantage of the views as well.
You like a raised tee, don't you?
I love a raised tee.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's what Singapore does really well.
Yeah, they do. They do great. I agree.
So why would you choose? Why would you not choose?
Just raise them more.
Just raise them more.
raise them more. Bring them higher.
A few inches matter. Right?
Yeah,
it's just going to be a bit more.
Yeah.
Right, just before we get on to our Iona chat, we kind of played with her down at the Berkshire and had an incredible day. The video, which is going to be coming out, is well worth it. It has a certain few shots in there that you're not going to want to miss, and Iona's just a wonderful company. We put questions that you asked to her, so we'll get into that now. Just as a little side, do you want to give a big shout out to Victor Dubuisson, Ryder Cup and European Tour legend. Now, if you don't recognise the name Victor Dubuisson, so he played in the Ryder Cup
2014. Glen Eagles.
Glen Eagles, yeah, of course. And he played well. He's obviously a great player, but he hated tour life. Hated the travel, hated living out of a suitcase. He was the most miserable pro on the tour. Yeah. And yet he won. He played great. Yeah. And he was just like this mercurial, like, character, like a legendary figure, like the Swan. Like we did a kind of, this was, God, because he retired at 33. So this must have been maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I was chatting to Taylor Made about doing some filming with him. And I was like, so we chatted through. I was like, so what filming are we going to do? You know, what course we're going to, blah, 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 blah. And he said, so what we're thinking and what Victor wants to do, I was like, right, where's this going? We're going to go fishing with him.
Okay.
On his boat.
That's okay.
And I was like,
what?
So are we going to do any like golf? It's like, we're not sure.
He didn't want to do that.
Just gonna go fishing with the Swan.
Oh.
And it didn't come off. Oh. And I was absolutely gutted.
That sounds great.
I was like, what am I letting myself
Maybe
in
now.
For? Maybe now. Maybe he's back in. What was quite interesting, so this was on the Alps tour. He got a sponsor's invite. He's been running like golf schools in the meantime.
Crazy, isn't it?
This invite was to the Alps tour. He won on a playoff and he refused the winner's check out of principle.
Incredible.
So I think it was like $7,500 and it just got transferred to the guy who beat in the playoff.
Oh, really?
He refused it out of principle because it was like a sponsor's invite.
Right, okay.
Just goes and wins.
It's just the Swan, man.
Don't take your money.
It's just the Swan. Just turns up, wins.
Parks the boat, jumps off the boat.
And just says, nah, you keep it, lads. I've had a good few days. Enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
I'm off.
Yeah.
What guy?
By the way, the Alps tour, like, I've not heard of this tour before. This seems like a tour that I think we should look into.
So the Alps tour is one of the tours where you can accrue world ranking points.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think we should.
Also the Clutch Pro Tour and the Tartan Tour.
Do you play in the Alps area?
No, it's actually ironic. You play anywhere but
That's what I'm asking. Like, do you...
the only rule of the Alps tour is that you can't see a mountain. You have to be far enough away.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I presume it's around the Alps region.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's like the Tartan Tour is Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland. Yeah.
And the Clutch Pro Tour is
England.
Don't know.
Oh, right.
Clutchy.
Yeah.
No, the Tartan Tour isn't. We're getting off topic here, sorry. But like the Tartan Tour seems very cool as well because a lot of the players that were playing at Royal Dornoch play on that tour. The guy that we were playing with, Lewis, as well.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to get into the Tartan Tour soon. And the Clutch and the Alps. Big stories.
Definitely.
Right. Let's get on to Iona. Guys, big thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy our chat with Iona Steven of the Berkshire. Now. Okay, we are joined down here at the Berkshire by Iona Steven. We have just played a 18-hole scramble, which is coming to YouTube very soon. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, do you want to be watching this video. It's pretty epic. Iona, welcome down to the podcast as well.
Thank you very much.
This is a completely different medium. Unless people are watching. And then it's on YouTube again. So it's exactly the same.
Right.
But if people are listening through the podcast provider of their choice, of which there are many, mostly two. Who is Iona Steven, which is going to be the name of your best-selling novel, of course.
Who is Iona Steven?
Autobiography.
Well, that's a good question to start this whole thing. I am a Scottish TV broadcaster, former professional golfer. Stopped playing through injury, and now I just talk a really good game. Dog lover, I would say as well.
Just in case you don't know who Iona is, she is the new voice of golf. If you have somehow managed to avoid her during coverage of really all the major tours, whether that's men's, whether that's women's, whether that's seniors, like pretty much everything you have been across for the last 6 years. Personally, it's been amazing to see. Obviously, we kind of met, was it 6 years ago now?
6 years ago, yeah.
So we met just as Iona was coming onto the scene.
Yes.
Getting her muscles flexed on the golf broadcasting circuit in Greece.
Yes.
Me, you, and Bill Murray.
That's right.
At the
Costa Navarino.
Costa Navarino International Pro-Am Open.
Dinner.
International. Where she screwed me over. And we've been friends ever since.
Yeah. Constantinopolis.
Oh my God. Is that what it was? Honestly. Do you reckon that's filmed anywhere?
It will be somewhere. That would be great if you could find that. Little bit of content of Pete trying to say the hardest name in Greece.
I honestly think they're just regular Greek names.
Oh, they were. It was a gorgeous name, but it had a lot of letters. And you did well. You said you murdered it earlier. I don't think you did murder it. I thought you did quite well.
It sounded, if there could be a waterfall of letters, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it was a tough school on the stage in front of hundreds of people. But you took it like a champ, and you took it for the team. And that was really the beginning of our friendship. We did have it was a really good trip though, wasn't it?
That was class. Well, we were saying before, I've still not been back to Costa Navarino.
No.
I tell these guys as well all the time.
Yeah.
Just how good it is. And yet somehow we've never gone back.
I know. Well, maybe we should make a trip of that, lads, because it was such a beautiful place. And I don't know if my room had this little pool, like private little pool. Did yours have that?
No.
What did yours look like?
Mine had a bed.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh no, mine was like a little villa. It was like a one.
You had a villa?
Yeah, it was like a 1-bedroom villa, and it opened up. It had a private little pool. It was gorgeous and a sea view. Yeah, it really left an impression.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we should go back.
Well, I really got shortchanged. Did we get paid to be there?
I don't think I did either.
I also got the shanks in the first round.
Oh, you were playing?
I was playing with Mike Tyndall.
I didn't play any golf then. I was still injured. Couldn't play.
Oh, really?
Wasn't playing at all in 2019.
Got to eat with royalty that trip as well.
That's cool.
Sarah Phillips.
Yeah, nice. With Mike Tyndall, of course. And then golfing and comedy film royal, Bill Murray. I remember Bill having a go. Some poor punter who was obviously playing in the Pro-Am, and he went up for a picture in the middle of Bill's round. Do you remember this?
No.
You must have been playing. So I was just like dotting around in the golf cart, and this poor guy went up to Bill Murray in the middle of his round and asked for a picture, and Bill, he was not happy. He went.
Oh, really?
He was an angry man. I thought, ooh.
Not playing well.
Not asking Bill for a picture.
It was great in the evening, man.
Oh, it was good in the evening, and I've hung out. I've got this great story. When I was a student in St Andrews, Bill Murray came to town to play in the Dunhill, and me and my mates at uni, we used to volunteer at that, and you know, I did all sorts, held the scoreboards, and you know, did lots of different volunteering roles. And we ended up in the town one night, and Bill Murray, there's this restaurant on Market Street, right in the middle of the town. We ended up in there. I was with a couple of my mates, and basically Bill Murray shut the place down, and he got everyone up on the tables. And I remember him going, "Oysters for everyone," like this. And he was like, "Everybody up on the tables." And we all got up on the tables, and we're all like, "Yeah, like this is it." And then he got champagne and oysters for the entire restaurant, but he'd shut the door. He was like, "It's a lock-in. So lock the place down, up on the tables." And there was this live guy that was like strumming on the guitar, and Bill took the guitar off him, started singing. It was absolutely iconic. It was really a night to remember.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was just a student then.
We didn't have that. But he did speak to me.
That's nice. What did he say?
He said your speech was you were very funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was butchering the Greek names.
The names, yeah.
And I said to him, "Thank you. It's because it was real life." And he said, "Ha ha ha ha," and then he gave us that bottle of brandy. So Swings and roundabouts.
That was the end of that.
I suppose. We are we'll talk about a few things, but we opened up the floor to questions.
Okay.
We said, we've got Iona on. Been wanting to film with her for ages. Have you got any questions for you?
Right. This was to your audience.
Yes.
Right. Gosh.
And the response has been pretty big.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
So we're not going to be able to get back to everybody. There's like literally hundreds of questions coming in here. I didn't realize you were this popular.
I'm nervous. Normally, because I ask questions for a living. That's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
And there's only been really once or twice where I've actually swapped seats.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I did it, I ended up in floods of tears, and I just really couldn't handle the feeling of being on the other side. It was made me nervous, but I'm a bit more comfortable, and you're my pal, so.
Okay, well, we're not going to ask that question.
What was that one?
No, I don't know. No, what do you mean? Nothing at all. Okay, let's ease you into this. Okay,
that sounds good.
Well, I say ease you into this. You might not agree with the question.
Okay.
Why is Scotland the best golf destination in the world? That's by photos by Brian82. There's 81 other Brian photos.
Well,
or do you agree?
It's the subjective thing, isn't it? Where you think,
oh my God, you hate Scotland.
What you think is the best golfing destination in the world. Obviously, I think Scotland is.
Okay.
But I'd say Ireland is close, really close next to that. But Scotland and Ireland, it's hard to go wrong. But, it has to be because of Scotland is the spiritual home of golf and the home of golf, It's where the game was born. And so I think it feels like the home for every golfer. It's not just the home for Scottish people. If you go to Scotland and you are a golfer, it's also your home because you're part of the game. And I think that's why people have such a strong relationship with it and such an emotional connection with Scotland, because there's something deeper that outlives us all that continues to beat in the town of St Andrews, which is the epicenter of the golfing home, but of course further afield wherever you go in Scotland. And in Scotland, golf is the people's game, which I know you'll like, Pete. Traditionally it wasn't what it became over time, which was like, the upper echelons of society could play golf. Back in the day, it was the working man's game. And still to this day, you can get on some of the best golf courses in the world in Scotland for a really good price. And I know that that's not the case for a lot of them. The price seems to go up and up. And I don't agree with that, what's happening with green fees. But for example, I'm lucky to live in St Andrews. That's my home. And I have a links ticket because of that. And the links ticket will cost you less than £1,000 a year. A lot less.
How much is it now?
It's about £700 for the year. And I've got 7-day access to 7 golf courses, 365 days of the year. That's a representation of what golf in Scotland can be and should be, which is a game for the people. It's not pricing everyone out of the market. And when people come there, they feel like they've maybe find a little bit of themselves in this golfing journey that we're trying to figure out. So there you go.
Wow, just going to So I will share with you a little bit.
Yeah.
At the start of this year, I was very keen to improve my presentation skills. And I did a few things, kind of slacked off a touch, but watching myself back on camera, I've always been a little bit... I wanted to communicate a little bit more clearly. Good start, wasn't it? Clearer communication.
Yeah.
And now, after that 5 minutes, I've realised what a moron I will sound like.
No, I've seen your presentation skills on the range, at the Open. And the beautiful thing about, presenting and being in the media is that you need all the different characters. Everyone can't be the same. So,
Thanks, I think.
You can't help but be yourself because that's what you're like. You don't pretend to be something else when the camera comes on. Like who you are in front of the camera is who you are when the camera goes off. And I think that is the secret to good presenting. So, and you do an amazing job at Live at the Range and they keep inviting you back. So you must be doing something right.
I mean, one of the questions is, and I'm not making this up, this is Michael makes, can Iona admit that Peter Finch stole the show at Live at the Range?
Whoa. Well, you certainly stole something. You did a great job. You did it. You and Di, I think, are a wonderful combo because you're kind of a bit yin and yang. You know, she's bouncing around positive, positive, and she's like the Energizer bunny.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it without Di or Josh when he came in as well. Kind of the same thing. I'm not the person to like lead it. Like, talk to me, I'll talk.
Yeah, you do.
Give me something
job.
to talk about, but yeah.
I'm a big fan of Di. I think she does an amazing job, and I love watching the two of you on camera because there's such a nice dynamic there. Like, she's kind of, you know, really like the top of the energy rung, and you're quite calm, and you bring, you know, a nice level to it, and I think quite nice calmness to it. So I think it's a really good combo.
That's very nice of you to say. Thank you. We've got a question here from Will Stevens Woodcraft. There's only one Will Stevens Woodcraft, apparently. And it's kind of like a question to just kick off. He's talking about your video that you did with Sam Torrance recently.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic, by the way. And if you've not checked out Iona's channel, On the Road with Iona, make sure you do on YouTube. Just to kind of lead on from that, like through what you've been doing now, who's the coolest person you've met within the golfing space? Maybe out of the golfing space as well. And I suppose why? Because you've met an incredible range of people now.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick one really because it's such a variety of people. But if I go back to one of the very first, I think it was the first, maybe the second interview we ever did on the channel On the Road with Iona was with Kelly Slater. Some people say the greatest athlete of all time. You know, what he's achieved in the surfing world is remarkable, Tiger-esque, because he kept competing until he was 50 and then beating like 20-year-olds in the pipeline when he was, you know, I think when he actually turned 50. So meeting a guy who was really a GOAT, like a proper, absolutely incredible story. And normally in the interviews, I say to the guests, because they're VIPs, right? You know their time is very valuable and you don't want to take too much of it and you're trying to make it easy for them. You say, look, we're going to do maybe 5 holes of golf and then a 45-minute chat. So all in all, it'll take us 2.5 hours. You know, that's the time we need from you. And Kelly was like, no, we're going to play 18 holes.
Nice.
Like, I don't play 4 holes of golf. I play 18 holes of golf. And, like, I'm scoring. And I was like, whoa, like, this is a proper, like, competitor. Like, there's no middle ground with a guy like that. It's like, he's all in or he's all out. And being around him for 4 hours on the golf course, 4.5 hours, and just watching the way he goes about his business and then sitting down and having him open up, you know, about his childhood. And he really a guy that I had only just met through the Dunhill. I just happened to meet him when I was covering the tournament and got chatting. And I said, look, I've got this YouTube channel. Do you fancy coming play some golf and have an interview? And he was like, yeah, I'll do that. Nice. And to have him chat about, you know, his parents' marriage and what then really made him who he was. And he spoke about going out into the water and how he loved to be out there, like on his own and just him and the wave. It was like absolutely amazing. And it's just really interesting to hear somebody that's got to such an elite level, what makes their brain tick. And that left an impression on me for sure. And seeing how he takes care of himself now, you know, he's like easily a scratch golfer, like without even really trying. But so, you know, just anything he goes into, he's like, he's not going halfway. He's like going all in. I loved spending time with him. But we've had, you know, amazing guests, and we've been very lucky to have such brilliant people. Adam Scott, obviously, spending time with him is always a treat. But his dad, I would say, is even more of a treat, Phil, who we did an episode with on the channel in Cron, Montana. And for some reason, this episode doesn't have many views, but I think it's probably like our thumbnail or something. That is the best bit of cinematography that we have on our channel. The sun is dropping over the Swiss Alps as I'm trying to make my way around this golf course with Phil. It is an unbelievably beautiful episode, like the way it's shot. And yeah, I think my team did an amazing job with that. And Phil is just such a legend. Like, he speaks about Ben Hogan and his swing, and basically I now get one swing MOT a year with Phil. I did it 2 weeks ago at the Scottish Open. We played at North Berwick, and he had a look at my swing. And that's really the only swing technical thoughts I have is from Phil, Adam Scott's dad. And of course, Phil taught Adam Scott how to swing the club. Look how that turned out.
Turned out okay.
Yeah. So if there's someone I'm going to listen to when it comes to the golf swing, I think Phil's a pretty good shout. He's a total legend, very refreshing energy and perspective. Nothing too serious, nothing overthinking, just like easy breezy. Let's just go and have a good day.
Nice. Are you going to be, I spoke about it a little bit, are you going to be trying to play a bit more pro golf? Are you going to do
Really
open
hard.
qualifying again?
I wanted to so badly this year, but it's just the way that the schedule falls. I do the Scottish Open and the Open, and then the Women's Open qualifying lands after that. Last year I tried to do it, and I was absolutely physically exhausted. You know how that is. And I'm out there covering 18 holes, 36 holes sometimes with this 8 kilogram kit on, and I'm a bit broken really by the end of those weeks. So this year I was like, well, I can't do it because that isn't going to work. And I haven't got the solution. If anyone's got an idea out there of how I can do it, but ultimately I think it's going to require me saying to my boss at Sky, look, I'm going to have to take a bit of time off from the broadcasting if I really want to actually have stand a chance. You know how it is. I mean, you obviously gave it a crack this year and you did so well. I was following it. I was right there in that qualifying round, the final qualifying as well. And you properly dedicated yourself to be able to do that, and it's still hard. So, it's a tough question. I love playing. My love for this game only grows. Even like now, not played for a while, and get out there, just love it. I can't help myself.
I suppose what kind of with that, like asking for time off, kind of during the Open. I mean, you're kind of central to broadcast now, in my opinion, anyway. So like asking for that time off is difficult.
Yeah.
Alan's Day 94. Mm-hmm. It's 94 Alan's Days. Does Iona have an ultimate goal in broadcasting? And thank you for giving my wife a golf role model as well, which is why I won't go to that. But like with what you've been doing the past 6 years, obviously, in love with this game, and there's so many avenues you could go down. Have you thought about kind of where you might want to actually end up?
I think in life you can have ideas of where you want to end up. What my experience is, life has another plan for you anyway. So I'm kind of a believer. I'll plan things a year at a time. I don't really go past a year because I don't know what the year is going to bring me. I will say my boss at Sky is a great guy, Jason, and has really been a great mentor to me to trying to work out what this broadcasting career could look like. Because when the whole thing was accidental. I never planned on becoming a golf broadcaster. It was purely being offered this job with Golfing World in 2019, which at first I turned down because I was so upset by having the injury and not wanting to be around golf because I couldn't play anymore. And I had just been told by the doctors I'd never swing a golf club again. So when they offered me the job presenting golf, I was like, absolutely not. I could think of nothing worse. I don't want to be near it. I can't even see it. It's like, getting your heart broken by somebody and then, having to see your ex every day, for the next 6 months. So I wanted to run away from that really, but thankfully I got over myself pretty quickly. And my producer, Rob Philip Knight, who I bumped into at the Open last week, Golfing World, he was my first producer and he's such a lovely guy. And I owe a lot to him because he said, come just give us this week in Mexico and then let's give it a go. So I went to Mexico to the World Match Play, and the rest is history, really. 2019, I did Golfing World. It was one of the best years of my life. And I found a new love for the game, and in a different way that wasn't playing, but was still really, getting into it deep and trying to understand real elite performers' approach and their perspective and how do they do it. Interviewing the very best in the world. And then in 2020, Sky asked me to join the live broadcast team. And it's kind of just been very much learning on the feet, adapting, doing what I'm told, getting asked to go into this role. Okay, I'll give that a go. Next week, being asked to do another role. Okay, I'll give that a go. And it's scary. Like, what it's like. If you make a mistake in the early years of broadcasting, you're making a mistake in front of thousands of people live on TV. So that is, you've got to have pretty thick skin to be able to do that and just dust yourself down and keep going. I could never have dreamt in my wildest dreams that I'd be here where I am now with it. I mean, I don't even think that I can totally process that really. So I don't know what the next step is, but I will say that I feel really lucky to be part of the Sky Sports golf team and, grateful that there is a little niche in there for me just now and that, I can keep going with that. I think doing more of the presenting role has been something I've focused on a bit in the last 6 months, and I'm going to continue to do that in the next 6 months. But we'll see. In a year from now, we might meet again at the Berkshire, and who knows where the world will have taken me? Who knows where it will have taken you?
Should we do that? Should we reconvene?
Yeah.
Reconvene in a year's time.
I think we should. I think we should try and not let it be 6 years.
Yeah. It is quite strange. I was still trying to figure that out. The fact that we've known each other so long and actually spent so little time together.
Yeah. Well, I haven't really done very much at all with other YouTubers. You know, Rick Shields I have, but that was... I'm trying to remember where I first met Rick. I'm having a mind blank, but either way, our paths crossed, and I met him, and we did some stuff. But really, I have been very broadcast focused. So we've been in similar worlds of golf, but different bubbles.
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
YouTube world is still so new to me. I'm still learning all the time, but I think I'm just so glad that we have crossed paths properly now. And also, when I saw you signed and joined the Titleist family, I was like, come on, this has got to be our time. Like, we're going to have to really make more effort to put a date in the diary now.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I can honestly say, having worked with Titleist for 6 years, like, these guys are like family to me, and they're such a joy to work with. And I'm so glad that you've come on board, because it's really good. It's really good.
That's very nice of you. Thank you. Right, I've got to be honest. I mean, you've obviously got to jump on this call at 5.
Yeah.
You've answered so many of these questions.
You can fire a few more.
Okay, I'm going to just blast through these.
Yeah.
So I'll try doing the names as well. Okay. Matt Dog Gibson 124. How quiet do you have to be when commentating on the course?
Great question. Really quiet, and you have to hold your yardage book in front of the mic, otherwise your voice travels wherever the wind's blowing. So if you're standing there and it's downwind and you don't have the blocker, then there are going to be some unhappy golfers. You have to really whisper.
Ouchie. Do you feel Scheffler's comments were misconstrued? Would love your take. That's
Yeah, I
from
do
Steve
think
F.
they were a bit misconstrued. I think we wondered how to really interpret what he was saying. I think it divides the room. Half the room are thinking this is very refreshing. You know, a guy that doesn't put his whole identity into the way he plays golf. Like, how smart is that? And, you know, very healthy. The other half of the room are thinking this is really disappointing. The guy is saying that he works and wins a tournament like the Masters, and it only feels good for 2 minutes. That doesn't make sense. Or 2 days. That's really disappointing. I think overall, it's very unique what we're seeing with Scottie Scheffler, because he's a guy that loves to perform on the golf course, but he's not interested in anything else. He's not interested in the limelight. He's not interested in, you know, the articles, the news nights, the flashy this and that, you know. And a lot of people are starting to compare Scottie, Tiger. You know, there's comparison happening now, which is quite amazing. But if you look at Tiger, and he was a showman, and he had the game to back it up, but he was a showman, and he was, you know, at what you would kind of stereotypically put as a star. Like he was absolutely star power. Scottie has the skills. We're seeing skills at Tiger-esque. You know, his distance control, the way he's able to control the ball into the green, and his putting. That the Open was unbelievable. But so Tiger-esque skills, but without all the pizzazz that goes around it. And I think it's a really interesting case. We shouldn't write him off for the way he acts, because I think that we can actually learn a lot about what's really important in life from Scottie Scheffler.
Boom. There you go. Favourite links course in the UK and Ireland?
Royal Portrush.
Recency bias?
What?
Recency bias?
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, I can't think of a better one right now.
Favourite open venue? Can't say Royal Portrush.
St Andrews.
Nice. What was your biggest takeaway from lesson with Brad Faxon?
Don't overthink the putting. Take a look at the hole, and when you bring your head back to the ball, like, don't get stuck over it. Like, just almost keep it moving as one fluid motion.
Most embarrassing moment on air?
I called the world number one, Justin Johnson, live in a winner's interview.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's cool. It wasn't a big event or anything, though.
It was a huge event, yeah.
Oh my God, what was it?
Well, at the time, it was one of the first co-sanctioned events in the world. It was when the DP World Tour first co-sanctioned with the PGA Tour, and it was called the Saudi International. And I had been told I needed to say the name of the tournament, the Saudi International, in the winner's interview, like, congratulations, you've won the Saudi International. But all I kept wanting to call it was the Saudi Invitational. And I couldn't get this out of my head. So I was going Saudi Invitational, Saudi Invitational, Saudi International, Saudi International, Saudi International. Then they went Q Iona live. And I went, Justin Johnson, congratulations. And he looked at me, I looked at him. I wanted the ground to eat me up. It was awful. The whole thing. PTSD from that for many years.
Oh, wow. Right. Well, that was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you very much.
If, like I say, if you've not checked out Iona, make sure you do on our socials. We'll link them, and on YouTube, On the Road with Iona. We've got the video coming from the Berkshire. Please stay tuned. It's an absolute cracker. But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. It's
Really
been an
appreciate
absolute treat.
it.
I've loved it.
And that's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Great. Cool.
Thanks.
Nice. Thanks.